Well, we've heard of walking on water, but how about biking on water? A one-of-a-kind BMX biking competition was held last weekend in the south of China, where riders tackled an obstacle course literally on the water. In today's big feature, we check out the competition where they did indeed bike on water until they went crashing down into it.
A one-of-a-kind international BMX biking challenge was held in the southern city of Nanchang last weekend. Just 11 riders took part, but hundreds of spectators showed up to catch a glimpse of the rare event, biking on water. The course in Nanchang differed from the standard BMX track. Instead of being built on land, it was built on Yao Lake at the city's International Water Sports Center. The course featured 7 unique sections in all, including sudden turns, extreme climbing, and the seesaws. 2/3 of the track floated on the surface of the water. The remaining third consisted of iron piping just 5 cm in diameter, narrow pillars, and irregular rock gutters submerged in water. Navigating the course, it goes without saying, was a challenge. The action kicked off at 10 o'clock in the morning. First up was Li Xiaodong from Tianjin, the first rider to challenge the floating track, and the first to fall in. But he wasn't the last. The first few riders, in fact, all failed to reach the third stage.
Actually, I had the confidence to do better, but I made some mistakes on the floating track. I think it's because of the bad weather. A lot of guys were making mistakes out there. The waves around the track were really big, so it was shaking a lot.
32-year-old Yuan was the only local competitor taking part, hailing from Jiangxi province. He was also the oldest among the 11 riders. Yuan noted that although BMX became an official Olympic event for the 2008 Beijing Games, it's still not very popular in China.
It's really called mountain bike trials. BMX is just an umbrella name for these kinds of bikes. Maybe because Chinese people don't know much about it, so they just call all of it BMX. The sport originally came from Europe.
With level 5 winds that gusted up to 35 feet per second, the floating track was far from stable, making the course even more difficult to navigate. 7 of the 11 riders failed within the first 3 stages. Only a few were able to come close to the finish line. Although most spectators knew very little about BMX, they didn't know when to cheer for the riders. In the end, Laszlo Tivadar from Hungary made it the farthest and was crowned champion. Nagaya Yoshimasa from Japan and Huang Wuyu from China took second and third respectively, all in days' work.
And that is today's big feature on the BMX water top biking competition in the south of China. All right, stay tuned because coming up next, a Hercules strongman competition in closer look.